All right, today we are going to make our factor sheet. Our factor sheet is going to help us basically throughout the entire year now. We are going to use this sheet to help us with our multiplication and our division. And it's basically going to be our cheat sheet to help us know what can go into what, basically. Okay, so what we're looking at, so these numbers, this little purple sheet, what it's looking at is how do we multiply to numbers and how many ways can we do it. So for example, in the top left-hand corner here, we have 1 and in parentheses we have the number 1. So what that means to multiply to 1, we only have one way. So for example, we would take 1 times 1. So on your sheet, you will write 1 times 1. If we notice, we have quite a bit of those. So for 2, for example, the only way to multiply to 2 is by taking 1 times 2. Same for 3. We would take 1 times 3. Now 4, this is our first one that has a parentheses of 2, so that means there's 2 ways to get there. So again, I have 1 times 4, and then the other way we have to get to 4 would be 2 times 2. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this table, is that we're going to show what are all the ways to multiply to that number. Okay, now obviously we will want to make sure we keep this well organized because we're going to use this sheet pretty much for the rest of the year. I'll help you with a couple more in here. We have some that have a lot of ways to multiply, so you are going to have to think for a couple of them. If I look down here for 24, 24 has 4, so that means there are 4 ways to get there. So like always, 1 goes into all of these numbers, so I'm going to take 1 times 24. I like to go into order because it shows us from smallest to largest what can go into these. So the next one would be 2. Well, 2 times 12 gives me 24. Our next one is 3. 3 times 8 gives me 24. Our next one would be 4 times 6 gives me 24. So I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to get to 24. I'll do one more for you, and then the rest of them is yours. On this side, I see I have 36. So to get to 36, again, the first one is 1 times 36. The next one is 2 times 18. The next one is 3 times 12. The next one is 4 times 9. And our last one is 6 times 6. So that is the first part of what you are doing today. You are going to fill out the rest of the sheet. You will want to make sure you have a good filled out sheet because we are going to use it pretty much every day after this. This sub will have a key of this, so if you are not sure, if you get to the back side where we have those larger numbers and you don't know how to multiply to 65, for example, this sub will have my key. All right, good luck, everyone.